Masapon. Results are now by nim EIU for Face Solutions for Global Info Analytics for CDD reports in as if we nature say a Koyema NDC. All of a sudden, Professor Masapon the Abase Baumia and MPP likely say Ombe Wini Abatwon. And there's a daily dispatch. Be enso dia omodia ben na no pay omo kire say central region a wonso free hono the etienne say likely say Dr. Baumiani Napo ebetimi afa central region say munim say na mu wini na say results ne data e ba no kire say ade no e dane in favor of MPP no mo fa ne say
na fabricated posts BB answers
fabricated
fabricated. Yeah,
Professor Smart Sapo.
First of all,
a senior research.
First of all, MPP bias. That alone invalidates the research.
And now we MPP.
No, the cardinal
quantitative questions. Yes and no.
The cardinal rule, and say you must not have a vested interest in the outcome. And it's idea now you know. So we are all political parties. Any candidates are advised. Say a member of your team and now will be a woman of Tawechino and your polling because there is bias even in the selection of respondents. So that must say. Number two, for example, when you are funded to interview 99,000 people.
And that's why a professional person.
Professional person. You should
researcher. He has always been a researcher.
Because even when you interview 1,500, the cost involved is prohibitive. Just say as soon as Wabasemu Yedra won't to me and finance.
Oh yeah, over 99,000.
Where did you get the money to?
So you're a professional person. Why you much? Into Obenya professional funding.
Why a professor?
That's what we mean external funding.
Why are funding external? One can into
one card their own.
MP before would have funded that research. When I'm saying it without a shadow of doubt. I'm not say a MPP funded. It is first of all a fabricated pool. That's the first.
Because Enco in your favor.
No, not that. And your first time, Obiaye Pola. It will not be the last time in our history. And no pursue Yankasano, you will crack polling agencies. Our post my internally. Every month, every month, you know where we are.
And so be biased towards you.
No. There's a way that you engage a polling agency. Some ways are through third parties. You take a purely professional outfit. Sometimes external people. They don't have any vested interest. You ask them to do a poll as professionally as possible. But I don't know for internal consumption. So that you see, say, campaign message, as a for Minka say, me do my Minka say, me ben share my Minka say. And I make a sound a so they do all of that for you. They are known agencies with expertise. I'm here politically biased. I'm here purely professional. I know MPP bet me a normally I'm sure they have.
The internal one be by.
And I'm just saying, the internal ones you don't normally publish. And now, for test it. Abe publish say nkrofo bi omo say from Outcomes International. Omo here prediction be doing MPP prime minister amem. They have been exposed as an MPP group. It's evidence rich as a MPP for Mudiano. Omo yo hinted the HG and omo fan nkrofo ye post
in Global Info Analytics ne Face Solutions then there more NDC
from Fix Solution. Nana Jantuah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't himself Fix Solution. Omo nya NDC organization. In fact, omo polls. What they do is that they speak to people who are well placed in society. They gauge the political atmosphere through that. On your polls on their own. But the will track record of accuracy over the period. And when you take them seriously. EIU so sir. EIU, risk analysis entity. Yes, I didn't know for international organizations, the person investing in various countries. They take their polls very seriously because they get good money. They pay to you, almost a solid track record. Of it. Once in a while they get it wrong, which is not unusual. But don't want to know Abem. Consistently since 2021, I know what this NDC winning. Now they are no crano, so you're gonna near. You're afraid you be visceral assessment. And now in simple terms, gut feeling. There were what's in our medium. We are Ghana now we see Ghana now. Based on the economic situation. And yeah, we born near cost here scientific data and I catch us a Ghana for us so margin. So we see Chrome. We see some me a politician. So we call baby na a hostel. You feel it immediately. We call baby so na you're receptive. You feel it. Yes, scientific data is extremely important. But Ghana has this here even gut feeling. They are waiting with you. I will we see about things. We wow reporters see abontin no money amount for kasa so what last me share video bi a wo bi phone lines randomly one hye ho one mo bi amane randomly out of the blue and na wo no producer mo sample opinion mo say e man ko a mo say e ma yen ko bebe na ye hu hia mo ya da maso yate e man ko a and e man no free e man no are important important barometer because unlike here me man no normally wo mo na hwe nkwala no pressure say wo efie nyina be do mo so eja wo so na wo yitu na ga se bia wo so ade ama we yitwa money e bi ma da na wo ko wo ba wo pefufu ade ama oba no na feel the impact was on eso kodwom right ono na mukrum enkwala ni be didi o meye den yo no nasem so they are a very important barometer see kasa nhira ba naturally ema normally they suffer more than a member geja yen you bet me a share ba ko be 1 week ni
emfa ho kra
ba oba on to Saturday ba ko 2 days into aso so they really feel the pinch say my ka kire in MPP strong with some as name nko yi a you take it serious I know na scientific e visceral e de Oma adventure wo mo e bi mo te so ekoso wa bra bo no mo ka kire eno no wo ho Ghana ha no at least since 2020 elections that feeling has been persistent. Of course say MPP nya candidate no step out and he may be improve kakra because now he's visible at least he's speaking into MPP before will be governor city the thing may change a bit but else dramatically to the extent and I mean also we post it on Facebook say oh and near my is some about me make sure he has hit a ceiling and ko be bium once omunya candidate na natural it's a MDC be dominate space because we are critical and you see parliament your mama thank you to building Ghana top and they believe in Ghana and all manner of thoughts into a natural say visibility no be man edge kakra but the moment MPP be candidates no and also will claw back then crop I hear disappointed then crop for muzo ye hu hwe ni ade but mainly the problems in tia man for area ho a omeni abrea omotintes go ko kira ban enko ba bia until the thing still exists it means now we MPP ni a these polls don't put your confidence in them enya no cre I'm telling you consistently since 2021 NDC has led
and then I say some win because the argument is that okay senana kufa do nya de ba wumia nya de a na no nkyerese enkofa John Mahama yinim ne dada
na wan enkofa yes John Mahama yinim ne dada
na John Mahama oba no be yedin
oh John Mahama oye na benim say wo na we are very critical of John Mahama which is your right I respect people like that so at must say since obey praise singer based on your faith you obey the win be affable be na woko but you remain consistent so I respect you for your critical stance across governments sana say central for moye no ubo mechi en ha me at the very least it provides a certain gauge say o masa niam anko yin menhwe bibi it is fine but you yourself have sat here wonya ndisi nim what na ha aye assessment based on their nim and the verdict is that NDC was better than MPP look me wa be no we had problems the obian to me nka say na amembo no kotot there are things we regret and many people also ya nyankeye and I think it happens Professor Ahoy or saying be or say the sense of the opposition are frozen in time but the government sense every day about da opposition ne born in there aka man for real because if I'm at the call near tiene say John Mama be man penny yes NDC nya 8 years between 2009 2016 but John Mama ye man penny for 4 years ya tun so aba sector by say na unim say eba obi a sa government na me track government achievements me and I start to say me the drones you track government projects first inti metumi ama sector by sector breakdown of John Mama achievements in that 4 years no be man penny some of it no boni say a spell binding wo hwe adwuma audition mu sa ability awa any challenges we face here any limited resources are not work at the time obo modern bebre asen de yehu edi kan no Ghana ha about wo we say wupo wumpo mepo mimpo the dominant issue any economy
amemu no
economy sikasem that end of story every election no one issues about there was a time education was the dominant issue but I feel we know it is the economy and for very obvious reasons obi anwo kire no unanimous verdict including by omi ankasa ojutum say obi anwo kire no Ghana Say economy dia, the choice for the electorate is simple. Baumia and Mahama. Interestingly, a woman said Baumia president. I don't think so be a president after this election.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. Be own to any idea to me a year But John Mahama has been vice president before. Was also a head of the economic management team. If the dominant issue as someone that man for akoma so power about to win any sikasem and I say economy dia. It stands to reason. A task moon say wobe ye hwehwemu afa nipa mienu no omomode mo sikasem to tuyam. John Mahama was head of the EMT. Now I met me a catch and same way my challenge EMP before. Look, the most prosperous period economically for Ghana, at least in the last 50 years, was between 2009 and 2012.
Yeah, that's a fact.
A fact. All the indicators. Look, in 2010, before oil production, by 8% growth.
Yeah.
2011, oil buy by 14.4%.
Yeah.
In fact, there was more non-oil growth than oil growth. So we had disaggregation, which came one. The only country in that year was Qatar, only by 17.1%. There no ground was no more gas, so they discovered huge tracts of gas. Yes, it is true. Yes, oil. But non-oil growth about 7.8%.
Yeah,
more than oil growth. In 2012, by 9%. In fact, in 2013, by 7.2%. What's your exchange rate? There was a year exchange rate moved by just 1%. Between 2009, inflation. Once a year far, 2009, now inflation 18.1%. By March, now 21%. And young one because the pressure still existed.
Yeah.
But from that time, a table from 1 to single digit. It's now 33 straight months.
Yeah.
And then this, see that. Yenya cocoa production over 1 million tons. They been see that. Anyone be that is the most stable, most prosperous period of economic management.
Or your vice president.
No, John Mahama, head of the economic management. So I said, what came before, so there was no EMT. Look, make me appointment letters. I demand all the members. Now, me Hannah Tete, me was na Wobo document no be not only campaign coordinator nearly for 2008.
Yeah.
And 2008, I think it was the best run campaign in the CIA ever. But of course, that's for another day for historians to discuss. Now, me a special assistant. You know, I'm a member of EMT or Kwa Midine Chiko. Kwesi Ahoy, Otinye Dr. Goben Nankan, we be biko. Mr. Joe Hyde, we be biko. Mr. PV Obin, we be all of them were members of the economic management team. And Mr. Kwesi Ahoy, no, a Greek minister. John Mahama was the head. In fact, there's an appointment letter. I had man. All the appointment letters, he was copied in them as head of EMT. He managed the economy to the extent to say, no, Biaji to me say, what you have to, based on facts, and yet, Bosilemuka say it's the best period. Even between 2013 and 2016, Doomso was the biggest problem. It is natural, say, it may affect economic growth because productive activity because of some problem. But I know there will be any more boy. That is history. At least what the 2016 year benchmark, there's not. There were about 18 macroeconomic indicators. Once the economy, there were macro indicators. So we can be able more. And your micro, so we could just on now at the same. And you what the yen I yet seen your video said the macan. Obi and himself what shraba. I'm an abroso in recent times. Obi and himself some factor you bet me the But so yes scientific analysis. Who compare data to data? Look, you're starting fee. If I want the biggest problem, a two, a deficit, and a car idea. And on a my you could ras how you won't see. After 2020 elections, I bet you, that's how 9 people with the Sika because we're not so many. But Sika now I was a debo mine home. Oma Bobusia, yeah, I listen for me. I'm a yam, don't go, Sika say. Yenya deficit of 15%. As a Chinese say, so when you Sika subsequent years, as would be coachia. But I am na insida. Would you be coachia? Pama watch the following year, say, you try with 10 cities, but some will in Shiraha. Now, so Bosun be only 50 cities. Who near you, for be a come home? Yeah. The way I say, Bosia, and I will free from Yama. In the hope so now 10 now the 80 bit here. I come with two, not the bedding. Over there, each of Monia Mobano. And Qualano, Omedena, Omedico Quanopa. At a deben abeshi. Who could you make a car ben abefadiaba, petrol ben over to go come? How are you going to survive on $2? 2 cities. Meanwhile, go the car 50 cities. That was the state we were in. ye by 2021 wonim na aban eje revenue tax revenue or the 92% and a service debt or the bosi akobo no say or the tiansi hu no the bietia kakra 92%. Ehɔ no na foreign investors efa against masa the name akɔnɔ for we yantu ye ho yentu na mo a ebedu bebi no muntumi ntua ka omode yen na investor bi ade ochia ne default. The first step ne say October 2021 and almost two international financial market mu say enya de akapra ya bom to kokɔ mman bi na emo ekwa didi ma ya can be gum and na two almost say masa won say woni omo ye sa arrangements wo go flow to bonds and na wo kobo bosia there is a clause a debi o here this can so the man instantly the Bank of Ghana they guarantee say we here scan na the man until they decide say ma you from portfolio investors there are companies ade o ma ya some dey investors can on their abroad bosia and was masa mo for is can my answer na niam say it's Bank of Ghana. I'm sure you've seen that report. That says between 2002 to 2003 ending 6.3 billion and amount for fee on my as of 2002 now the share of foreign investors in domestic bonds was the domestic bonds you talk about futobio but on the dollars ba into a vital source of foreign exchange for us now 45% of domestic bonds now I above kita by the end of 2023 now about 15%. Omo yes ano and the man you see the start to say pressure manage and then there wo kwa kra me your transaction last week $500 me you 8,600 exchange rate near 7.2 minimum rate wo kumasi but I'm
17.2
sorry 17.2 thanks for the correction me wa jo ma me fie gonya so na 4 cities ebinu kwa say 4 cities 20%. Yes assume say 4 cities 20%. Masa 4 cities need 20% and 17.2 yepe.
But eno na ya mo kan me person meti as say I'm sure so when you report na liquidity challenge ebesaba.
Yes.
Enti mo baba be to 2025 ahokyere sika 2026 ahokyere sika dole ya fetire ne se eka ya mne ye. Te no mbusa onobo atofo se. Muntimi a mon kan kyerɛ because yɛn pɛsɛ mo baba be make excuse bia because mo ba mo betua ka eka no so modu.
O man say tie bia na so obi bu man. First point. Second point, nipa or the how na bon won't be man enkoso bu.
Na some baba beto how.
Assuming say there's even no government, it is better than having the MPP in power.
Ah, saying Mike ne kan yi.
Me say you to abani wi na aban ni Ghana ha. Emfa so say the MPP be wa ban. Na de omo ye die.
Enti ase.
Na me just say de omo ye die say ye ni aban krank ye.
Omo ye de.
Na aban ye de dollar cost 17.2 cedis die. E ya aban. It is better say ye ni aban na ka.
19 hun so ni bia. Russia and Ukraine
and Emma Munu Ghana pe and Atoyana. So we could Abra Akufo the opposition about me their favorite comparators. Just on my nobody and 2 or more power could. In fact, to the extent that they even demanded say Ghana electricity bill and could the NYP. I can put that statement for you. Cote d'Ivoire, they don't have the problems we have. Why doesn't Benin, Togo, Nigeria, Senegal, Mali, Burkina Faso, Omokrano, they don't have political stability?
So, man, first, you can't say the this cash.
It is not true.
COVID,
Massa, Yanya Ghana, America, Nipa 1 million in the war of COVID. Italy, almost Nipa 700,000. It's a won't and Kasa Saman is incredible. Cote d'Ivoire, they managed COVID better than us. In other words, the infection rate was lower. There were lower death rates. Nigeria, per population, only about 5 times the size of Ghana. So we compare our population, the ratio is so low. To make me, I can say, on the basis of scientific evidence, they managed it better. But Massa, what had happened was that, yeah, better a Bentino, MP Fosu say, a Yaquenya, Omenya, some bidding couldn't. They misuse public funds. Mesame Weki. Ubers will be now nipa na on country will be as or Pebusia near Senis Case on Famo, Yabon was on Fanya 5,000, 4,000. So what's the Felix Ofosu former Northern Regional Chairperson, Vice Chairperson of MPP. See, every MPP regional executive, Yemaniska, every constituency executive, Yemaniska, one of them before over 250,000 police station executives, Obienska. Sans Canon Fefi, a COVID is guy de Bayana, and a bossy on my boy. So, we and the debts had deficit in the buy. When 2020, I think by May or so, can we attack our parliament for review because now it was clear. Send a budget for that year, no COVID. Atoto Niamasi, into own to me, it was clear. or yeah, initial budget for 2020, I read November 2019. Or can say 2020 deficit, a bay 5%. It was obvious that COVID we couldn't achieve that. Into our parliament, and a bay 10%. By 2020, now we have 15%. See, it was not like going into the election. Now we knew. Sometimes not covered about. I'm about new the SCA. Now even lockdown crowd by him. So we knew exactly what to do in terms of managing COVID. Now some in we can actually say lockdown. It's nice and be background. Yes, I mean to me remove you. COVID and actually mismanagement, deliberate mismanagement. And it's quandary. Many driver. There was a day call if you crack call but my driver no baby or tenor. Me kwa me fa no e wo kwan so na ageka na iko me du be bia me hwe no me hu no me friend na me hu no e tie no imagine me say ana akọ hye o se o ogina ho na MPP fo a hye t-shirt abase omo hwedi of hawkers e wo nyina say ombe mo mosia and COVID na me say o I don't know one you say me ka say me end this sentiment na me say sir so that was how they were omo ye fe bi confetti ehun once a woko stadium ade na omo to na egu on na hye bibi na fe confetti sa na omo chase ka no under COVID that is what undermined our finances and then the man
na make us say no
but yes say
mo be ye ne den
ene ma wo yi first of all other government policies am ho che na do so first of all the priority is to reduce hardship. Taxation is one of the ways. Aban we buy and we impose over 40 different taxes. All the petroleum taxes come one. This is your mama say the first point of business. Let's say sa taxes at least 6 of them circle. When you say there's even a tax, emission tax, you book but it means that you are buying your pen because actually you pass it. It's an act and your bill, an act of parliament and president in Sasha say. Oman penny mama say first of all you levy you be ye fuel. Only or start taking that was 2022 and now 11 talk about. I say COVID levy be free. Sa sanitation tax be free ho. Betting tax be free ho. There are about share this matter. There are about 6 of them are listed. Definitely, so what the COVID levy that they will see if the price will come down. In terms of hardship, no. Number 2, the biggest problem I face and a lack of confidence in our economy. In terms of money, I was one. Omar of wait and see as it. What do you say? ENI Vitor in 24. Omuni or my Abana Tata Omar make us say there's a contempt charge. It's almost Ghana have too. Can you imagine? Investor did $10 billion. Abeshe we say open national cotufi. And so me fear. Omar will locate this Cote d'Ivoire. Omar koya another 10 billion investment in Cote d'Ivoire. Because 10 million business abaha. And in time oil production has suffered. By this time I think you produce about 250,000 barrels of oil a day. Yen to me. Meanwhile, oil so a critical avenue for foreign exchange. See enya sa sikana abema e dollar na stabilize. Inti your mama say fast tracking of oil production is extremely important. Immediately you get inflows of foreign exchange. Now I restore confidence. So when you have confidence, investors who new music can fear you. It's on my bread. I'm what to it's reducing hardship,
right?
Introducing confidence and injecting stability and prudence. When MPP are buying first with this Ghana a deal. Once one more year campaigner, they engage a lot of sloganeering. And your slogans linked on us also. Maybe this says planting for food and jobs. Minia, if I saw my banner, the abre, share Adriane Bo. Oh, yeah, major intervention. What I will say about 3 billion or so now, it should reflect in food prices. Otherwise, it's a waste of time. It's your mama says, our slogans that I didn't be chum, our slogans will be ye free. Now, ya manage Sikani. But you see, one of the ways, sir, will be to me a lead the way as a binder say, as a one can sound near. It inspires confidence in the citizen. It is a hunch of crab or metal. It's your mama says, to begin with, a binder so. Sa situation I want 336 presidential staffers and political appointees. Our last house. Obechum. The mama president there were less than 100.
Right.
Just say he will go back to Sadian. There will be less than 100 people. Uncle Fa just away a branch and about more than MPP. I said to flat staffers near Tiauka. Say we presidential staff near Tiauka. No, Obechum. Number 2, Obe reduce the size of government. Ministers by 60. Both substantive and deputies. Number 3, Oma ye the Bonifred are more force institutions. You go with more. Che, Massa, Ghana Education Service. They are about 80 years old. Ye can institution or Ghana more structures span nationwide. Ghana Education Service. This is the Biomo Education Officer. It is a wood young fees and affairs. We have secretariat. In fact, 3 years apart from say Ministry of Finance, it releases Kadiabre Ministry of Education. No more GS, not GS, the schools. I don't know. A pen, stroke of pen. You don't need the secretariat. Now, somebody say there's a central regional coordinator for FSTS. How? Secretariat. How?
All right.
Inti, the mama says, Master 1D, 1F. My age, Ministry of Trade. Inti, more industrial division. Free zones under mama. There were 140 companies a buy under free zones. Inti, you bet me, factories or Ghana, ha, ye here 1D, 1F secretariat. So be if you. And there's so many others. Now say, yes, we read the Ghana Petroleum Hub Development Corporation. It's a waste of our funds.
All right.
So we are saying, I would say, and I feel so. Sir, I buy penny for me. One of the things I disagree with, and they say, I buy penny be dance on what you. So now, you are more beyond allowance. Me say now, me just 1,000 for Mercedes every quarter. It's insignificant, but you're the man anyway. You are some fuel coupon every week. Sometimes you get your DSTV car, it's your water bill. I'm a house girl, I'm a security man, I'm a driver. Nina, including a Land Cruiser. Yes, now on my neighborhood. Some we a minister. Me, some be minister, I'm worker. Me fear be mo, some me sa kwetena sa aka. I change my class meeting. We a minister now say, we here buying, and one baby yatina, now we minister, do you know what say? You don't need we minister. Wo be money at your car. Yes, I'm to petrol now. Into which me to petrol, and minister is to me to petrol.
Also, no any DS.
I said, no, so no.
House girl.
That's a DS by force. 100 years ago, who would mean here? My young
crowd do
that's the compact. Just say, if you cry 200 Ghana, it's social now. Your minister now in here. Exactly, I'm for here. Even bachelors, students great here. It was here. It's the honest animal, you know, which
that minister be names and your man.
A drain. So, walk a couple more. Sikano, but in terms of say, and the best of your problem, you know. And yes, significant. That's significant.
At least it's better.
It sends a certain signal. It's on Chabras Massa. She attacks to be a woman. So what I say, because you will know so the leaders are also making prudent use of Sika.
I say, okay, your political talk there because more opposition, more candidate there. I feel bones a baby. Na John Mahama and so council. Na Felix Kwakye. Akabro for the dead. No, I can't say I'm here defend this. Or no one can. Which means some.
Or say as Gasha. As Gasha, so between me 2017. If you have a major as Gasha, no. A 4 months. We are Juma Afibia. A 4 months. I can't. I can't. And then as Gasha, but normally. Aya ye wo back pay aketi as a kenya nya agina bem ti wi anoma calculation and na man koso but as gasha nkasa no 4 months for every year saved.
Okay,
4 years bi an etua 1 year 4 months sika but Ghana for do na we ye beto abe ye 2 year acha by January 4th we ba betina super MPs ni minister so much as gasha o me be konchia because we nye as gasha tia ho Ghana for do na ni nye ho Jomama waje es Gracia da. Sisi awon ye es Gracia. Mesuma jibida. Aban penifo abetwa mu nyina jibida. Akufo ado ajiba on yajibi. But Jomama se osusu se ebra so se twem. Ghana fo eni nyi. Nti obeye. These are firm commitments. I want 120 commitments. Otwe ne ho fi ho anye yi. Nti mesere eye no kure se ne ma say, but ene ma say nti e na wo hi experience an. Edwuma wo yi. So wo ni experience a yeah, the girls and the minority that buy and say, I won't expect like a home back for but reviews are matching and they say you really push them. But it is based on experience I work with men. In told you Messi can someone and the crane I won't yen the strada. We will question him. Say you will question me. Sana I'm with your drama or bar. Problems are on soon. Share when say road fund and sorry road sector. A car bind the road sector and quite 100 billion. Hey, yes, me no can say IPPs. I bind your mocha. Any other supplies in the sector, $2.5 billion. Oh, you know, see this, it's almost 40 billion. And
it's can't tell me, Busa, say, mobile Timia Bay, dear, because mobile Tokana Munyai, and not in a because so Baba Toka, and Munyai, somebody got to say, Kalis Munyayo. No, Nana, Edika, no. Hey, on my name, there is a bibu. Number 2, ni power creative problem, no, own to win consultants. And see, mobile, see a china, so no, oh, problem, to be a problem, was a higher one. Mobile solve a problem, never solve a problem, no. To the extent, a boy, all right. It's your mama, always you. Onimdie mapa a ode be yes adwuma na nunti na esamoto abana ba omi a ono no amasa ha ona bade e de na wokọ ye 30 seconds of final way to Kumasi for
na edikan no me wo buo mapa e de masantifo number 2 asantifo wo ho kwan so mo kire say we are ideologically aligned to this party instead the MPP town which based on omususu
yeah
but I must say even if you are ideologically aligned na sama you no more so ania and concern support one because he and so what to a bar ebema wedi ene kumasifo nyina gitum se omani mu ayedin eye MPP amemu boni nti na mana banisa nti yebesere se afi wedi omoma NDC jo mama wodim se ba asantemante mu a and you can check the single largest capital expenditure in the history of Ashanti region jo mama and any kejeja market na wodim se eye Kumasi terminal in fact you see new terminal this is the first time about Kumasi remember Kumasi ache wodim se sai dwuma no jo mama and sanu dwuma ni bia ono no nya first tranche of 75 million euros and sana na do this 68 be can one more see sa terminal it was wa ba kwasema kire say despite limited votes and this Ghana he still invest massive MPP 8 years ni central market woman to me nyai ntia enya say I just say 2026 and so no me to me we no that is provided say o me e benye sky
right
so at must say it makes sense and mine me respect their support for the MPP. I respect that they have the right but I believe say they've reposed confidence in the MPP has not justified it
right
Gideon the MPP mu no omonye hu adwuma na saying so ame interchange na me say so omo ye hu adwuma say ba no na ye omo pagya sana eye
oh yeah 40 na ye
masa enya no kra
ye 40 no timi nam so come smooth
wonim say to force we really and say as minority leader on site agreement the parliament say you approve this project into a new crater mu
no we fancy
it's better say
me da see be share
me was responsible for
me
nyakwanya ka me can be 5 minutes bi na me just pause one
pa any card na ka be so
I say blasters na enkoyi
okay
enkoyi kra mo say me Ghana how be no support blasters say say papa oboni o me kra me say mo a blasters ni kra na support fair that supporters of blasters but me dey me susu say say curtain and fair for omoji to say they have failed there must be radical change